What about the match review panel today with Shuey? I saw you quoted somewhere that you were hopeful that it all went okay for him.
Oh, yeah. Look, I wouldn't want to see someone get suspended for that. I was winded. He got me in the sweet spot, but look, there wasn't a massive amount of force behind it. Obviously, I wouldn't play for free kicks like that, but yeah, I don't want to see him get rubbed out for that, and I doubt he will, to be honest with you.
How's it been since you copped a couple of suspensions in a similar situation, the other shoe on the other foot? How have you been since then? Have you had to sort of keep yourself under control in some situations, or is it something you worked on? Or?
No, not really, mate. I mean, those two suspensions were, brain snaps. It was silly, but it's something I've never really had in my game. I've never been an angry footy player and done off the ball incidents. So, I mean, you do it twice, and everyone starts saying it's a pattern of behaviour. But I look at it as just two incidents that just out of the blue for me, I think, and I'm pretty confident it won't happen again. I mean, I said that after the first one, but fingers crossed I keep it together.
Fair to say it's not something you'd want to get known for.
No, obviously not. You don't want to build a reputation of being a dog player or a sniper. So, and look, I know I'm not that. So, it won't happen again.
When you have done it, what goes through your mind afterwards? Are you worried about what Bush is going to say or anything like that?
Yeah, you don't look forward to seeing the big fella Monday morning. So it's going to be pretty scary. But to be honest, there's so much emotion in a game of footy, and there's so much going on that when something like that happens, you really only start thinking about it after the game.
And the tags seem to go to you now. Kerry seems to be getting free. And she must love a you, eh?
Yeah, I might come out in the media and start saying Kerry deserves a tag like he did. Corral's got a hold of me a few weeks ago and didn't really have a sniff. And look, it doesn't bother me. It sort of gets shared around a bit in our team. 1 week they might go to Pritter, 1 week to Kerry, and I think we do a great job of working for each other and trying to get each other into the game. So it's not really something I think about going into a game.
This one of the weeks where Collingwood don't seem to put a tag on most weeks, so just go head to head. Is that an exciting battle to that everyone can just have a crack at footy? Yeah,
a little bit. They got such a talented midfield group that they don't really need a tag. They can sort of get away with going head to head for most of the day or night. So look, we don't want to get caught up in thinking too much about what they're going to do. Obviously, we might send Scotty to one of their midfielders, but other than that, we want to try and focus on playing the way we want to play and hopefully catch them out the other way.
You came through with Beams inside, didn't you? More or less.
Same draft, yeah.
So it's quite a good game for you, isn't it? Taking when those guys are in good form.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really thought about going head to head with him yet, but if it happens, I'd like to get a hold of him. He's obviously taken his game to another level this year, and it's a credit to him. I think he might have got dropped in the first few rounds, and then opportunity opened up through Bally doing his ACL, and Beamsy's come in and stamped himself as an elite midfielder, and it's a great test for our young midfield this Saturday night.
Having yourself come into a game off a suspension, although different circumstances than Dane Swan, is it a case where generally you're pretty fired up to make an impact coming back into the side that you've got a point to prove?
A little bit. I mean, you talk about a lot of guys who come back suspension. I think I might have even done it and said it's not going to play on your mind, but you certainly feel like you owe the team a little bit. But Swanee's it's a pretty scary thought to think Swanee's going to be 2 weeks fresh coming in over here. But I'm sure we'll be able to do our best to nullify him, and he's a champion player. I think he's like Scott said before, they work the ball around so much that a lot of the time it's hard to stop them from getting a lot of possessions. You just got to try and nullify the effect of the touches they do get. So we'll see what happens.
How's Andrew Gaff today? He's a bit sore from the game yesterday.
Yeah, I think he's pretty sore. He, I think corky on the hip pointer. Is that what it was? Big knee to the hip pointer. So they're not the best thing to cop, and I'd say he'll be still getting over that Wednesday or Thursday. So he'll probably have a pretty light week, but I'm sure he'll get up this week.
You mentioned Collingwood's midfield is quite attacking. Does that leave you guys a bit of window of opportunity there to hurt them on the rebound?
A little bit, I suppose. But they're a champion team, and I think the reason they're so good is because they are good defensively as well. They cover for each other so well, and they've got such a good back line that you can't really afford to roll the dice too much. So we've just got to play the way we know the way we know we want to play, and we've got to do it to perfection. Otherwise, we won't be able to win. So.
Do you need a big scalp like a Collingwood or a Hawthorn just to get the confidence right up there before flying?
I think we had a pretty big scalp last week against Geelong, but you don't really think about that going into finals. You sort of take each week as it comes, especially this time of the year. Coming into finals, we're sitting 5th now, so if we don't scrape into the top 4, we won't have a second chance. So we'll just have to take each game as it comes. But fingers crossed we can get the next 2 wins on the board and snag a second chance.
Even though you are sitting 5th, do you feel like the top 4 side? Do you feel like you deserve to be?
I feel like we deserve one. But a lot of the time footy doesn't work like that. You've got to work for what you want. And I think getting Joshy back this week will make a big difference if he comes in. So, I think when we get Joshy back and Embers back at full fitness, I think he had a pretty good game on the weekend. So it's going to go a long way to helping us knock off big teams like Collingwood and Hawthorn.
What's it feeling like when you've got 2 finals teams to come and then finals? Does it feel like September's sort of starting?
Yeah. I was thinking about that this morning. There's no easy games for us from here on in. Not that any game's easy, but the big time footy starts now for us. And like I said before, if you want something, you've got to work hard for it. And it's certainly going to be a tough road for us to get there this year. But we're willing to put in the work. We've come so far this year through the injuries we've had, and we've been able to dig deep and cover for a lot of blokes, and hopefully we can keep doing that and find something in these last few rounds and to hold us in good stead to make an impact in September.
It's always the debate about what's the better preparation, some easy games so you don't get hurt and you're able to rotate and stuff, or some match hardening against really good quality.
No, you want to test yourself against the best, so I'm looking forward to playing against Collingwood and then Hawthorn. I think the best preparation is to come up against 2 teams that are going to have a big impact in September, so you can really get yourself set, and you're then reviewing your games against teams that you're going to be coming up against in the next few weeks in finals. So I think we've got the ideal preparation.
Fingers crossed Kerr will play?
Yeah, fingers crossed. I haven't seen the incident, but I know it's getting looked at, but I can't really comment on it. I haven't seen it, but fingers crossed he can get up. He's proved to be a big game player for us over the years, and obviously going out will hurt us, but having him in, he had a really good game against Collingwood earlier on in the year, so fingers crossed.
Can I ask you about Mark Worthington as well? What sort of player do you think he'd be?
Didn't even read the article, to be honest with you. Didn't know about it until before, but obviously big boy, big rig. We've seen guys like Pike from Sydney, and obviously Majak Dor at North, and Nick Nat here. You bring guys in from all over the shop, from different backgrounds, different sports, and a lot of the time it pays off. So look, if it happens, it'd be an exciting time for him and the club, but I think at the moment it's probably still a long way off.